Guns and sobriety. What do those two things have in common? Well, for me, everything. Howdy, y'all, and welcome back. So I'm doing this kind of off the cuff. Forgive me if I ramble a little. This is inspired by, I got several messages yesterday after mentioning in a video yesterday that sobriety was part of my evolution of my gun story. So I felt like it's worth addressing, just sharing with y'all. So a little backstory. I have a grandfather that I never met. He took his own life with the Chief Special in 1970. He was an attorney. He was one of Hoover's original class of FBI agents. Had a beautiful wife, 4 children, and a small mansion. And we don't really know why, but we do know that he battled some depression and that he was an alcoholic. And so that's been a part of my story since I was a young child. So I got my dad gifted me my first private firearm at the age of 30, nearly 33, at my 1-year sobriety anniversary. And when I was drinking hard and using lots of drugs, I had 2 policies: no guns, no motorcycles. And that's probably the reason I'm alive today. So here I am, I'm 1 year sober, and I've got a gun in the house. And for those of you who have been through the road of recovery, you know that the 1 year mark, you feel like you've got some things figured out and you're probably going to be okay. But some of those old voices still speak up, and hell, decades later, they can still speak up. And so it was heavy. It was very heavy to have a gun in my house. It was like, I can't fuck up now. I cannot pick up a drink. I cannot use. And I used that as motivation for myself. I took it as a challenge. Like, I can do this. And I have. That may not be for everyone. If you are in a dark place, if you're having bad thoughts and you have guns in the house, get them out of your house. Get them to a trusted friend or a relative. Take them to a gun store. A lot of times, local gun shops will store some guns in a safe. They probably are not going to be the type of people that are going to report you to the authorities. Just talk it out with them and see if they won't help you out. Pawn shops, same thing. And worst case, if you have to, just cash them in at a gun store. Just take the beating on the trade-in value and just get them out of your house. Things will get better, and you can always buy more guns later. All right? Your life is worth saving. So, I'm 1 year into sobriety. I've got a gun. And what you will find when you get sober is that you suddenly have a lot of free time on your hands. Like, oh my God, all the free time. And in my first year, I spent a lot of that time going to a lot of AA meetings, NA meetings, working on my 12 steps, fellowshipping, getting together like at coffee shops or diners, hanging out with other people in sobriety, going bowling. Like, I had to relearn how to do everything, including having sex, sober. And it's weird. It's super weird. But it starts getting better. Each day gets a little more comfortable and a little better and a little better. And what I really hung on to is I would look at the people in those rooms, in those meetings, who had a lot of time put together. Some of them may seem kind of miserable. Ignore those. Look for the people that are happy. Look for the people that have had good things come in their life since they got sober. And pick their brain. Find out what they've done. So I'm using my free time to go to the range. and the gun bug hits. And now I'm researching the next gun I need, and then the next one that I need, and I'm learning how to shoot better. And for me, that quickly evolved into getting into cowboy action shooting, and which meant buying lots of more guns. And then I had to learn how to hand load, and had to research costuming and gun leathers and all kinds. And the point is that I replaced the addiction hobby with the firearms hobby. And while that is maybe a dicey proposition, and I can't totally recommend that for everyone, it worked for me. And that is the message of hope that I am sharing with you today, is that it forced a kind of responsibility on me that I wasn't even totally sure I was ready for. But it gave me a passion, a place to put my thing to do with my little hands, and a place a thing to occupy my little mind and keep me out of trouble. And, you know, if you're spending all your money on guns and ammo, then you can't spend it in bars or chasing women. So, anyway, that's kind of the short of it. And I say all of this, I speak out, because if you're struggling right now, you can reach out to me. If you're on Instagram or Facebook, message me. Hey, man, I need help. If you've ever had the thought, am I an alcoholic? Am I an addict? Guess what? You are. Because people that aren't, don't ask themselves that shit. All right? So, get help. Don't be too proud. Don't be too macho. Don't be what. Get help. Because life gets so much better. It gets so much better. You can't believe how much better it gets. But it's going to get shittier first. Getting sober sucks. I'm not even going to lie. But you're worth it. You are worth saving. And I will help you in any way I can. I cannot be your sponsor. I will not be your sponsor. I can't fix you. I can't hold your hand and make you get sober. But I can share with you some of the things that worked for me. And I can help you find a meeting. And I can help coach you maybe into finding the right sponsor for you, because that makes all the difference in the world. So if you're struggling, know that, hey, there's one dude out there in the world listening, and I get it. And you can change, and it will be better. I promise. I absolutely promise you. It will get better. All right, y'all. Until next time, be easy on yourself.